Tabitha, what's up? How you feeling?
Man, yo, I might have to rip your lung before I even doggone get a hold of you physically, Don.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Come
What's up,
on,
young
Vito,
man?
man. Like you got a lot of Instagram pages, yo.
Yeah, I'm a
You
busy
do.
man.
I'm like I was on the other one, and I'm like, yo, he's not even on yet. I was on the Don Vito underscore C.
Oh
Come on.
yeah, that happens. That happens.
No.
That
So
happens.
that's I never even became friends on this one. But anyway, I'm here now.
You're here
What's
now.
up?
Happy to see you. How you doing today, Tabitha?
Man, I'm running around like a doggone chicken with her head cut off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Okay. So how was your day so far?
I had a prosperous day. I got up and of course I took a shower, you know what I'm saying? You can't go out there smelling a little funky on me. And I
Absolutely.
I voted because, in Georgia we have that runoff vote,
Hmm.
with John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. I
Mm.
guess he's a reverend or whatever because they have to do it because of, it was so close. So, I
Right.
mean, I had to do my civil duty and handle that. And after I did that and I went and worked out, you know what I'm saying, got to that money, you know what I'm saying? You think you know what you're doing, but I got little things that I can show you too, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk about that. I accept your challenge. We're gonna talk about that.
Okay, okay. And
I
so I
check
worked
your
out
page.
and,
I see you doing your thing. I see you
yeah,
doing your thing.
yeah. I'm trying to spread a little bit of that around, you know what
I
I
see
mean?
what you did. What you did today on the workout. What you did.
I worked my legs and I worked my tries. A little bit of buys, but not, not too much because I don't want to look like, too masculine. I don't need to look like you. I still got to keep that femininity. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Zoe, sorry, I'm going to be like talking to my daughter, sometimes. So bear with me.
That's all right. We're gonna keep it organic. It's all right. So
But it was fun. I got to the money. You know what I'm saying? Had a couple dudes staring like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, you can't get none. You know what I'm saying? No, sir.
oh yeah, they checking out your package, huh?
I mean, either that or, I was stronger than them, one of the two.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? I tell you, I will give you a run for your money because some of them dudes got that little skimperlin. Come on,
Right.
Chloe, get your coat on, yo. Put the phone up, dog.
Okay. Okay. Hey, but check this out, right? So thank you for coming to the show. I appreciate you.
Welcome.
Can you
Nice
tell
to have me
everybody
on.
what's your name and where you from?
Yo, my name is Tabitha Duncan. I am 1/3 of Cut Close, and I am from Muskegon, Michigan, but I live in Atlanta, Georgia now for almost 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
So long enough to, for somebody to be grown and got children. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, right now I live a little bit outside of Atlanta, but still Atlanta same. Ain't nobody really
Exactly.
living inside the perimeter. The perimeter is just so disgustingly high. It doesn't even make any sense.
Everybody live in Georgia say I'm from Atlanta.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, because even when you go to like the main city anywhere, you go out on the outskirts of the city. It's not no longer the city name anymore.
Right.
But who's gonna say, I'm from Piscataway? You know, what I mean, come on, seriously. I mean, maybe sometimes, but still.
yeah.
So,
All right. So Tabitha. So
get your
let me ask you a
stuff on.
question. Everybody likes stories. So they know who Cut Close is. They know who Tabitha is. They know about your music. But you tell me, how was life growing up as a young girl?
Oh my goodness, growing up as a young girl, I'm a preacher's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have 9 brothers and 5 sisters.
Mm. Big family.
There's 15 of us from the same, same situations, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
kept it
Right.
in the
Right.
circle, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Same mom and daddy. Ain't nobody saying, yeah, my daddy didn't come and give me presents today. I mean, I hate to say that, but it is a fact. And in a
Mm.
lot of people's cases, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little rough growing up, but we all have our own paths and we got to doggone swallow it hard. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes our way, we just got to deal with it. But
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty difficult growing up and, in a family where they were very, very strict. I couldn't wear pants or anything. So I had to wear dresses basically all my life
Mm.
until I was 18 years of age.
Wow.
But that's when I moved out and I came here to Atlanta. But
Mm.
growing up, my parents tried to keep me from everything, but they had no idea. There's you're exposed to everything without them even understanding or the knowledge thereof. I think that's probably why I can be a better parent because things kind of change. From when my parents were probably young. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're faced with so many different opportunities, so many different things to get into, so many,
Yeah.
corridors of life. You know what I'm saying? Because back then it was a little bit more structured of well, we can't go in that bathroom because it says for white only. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I
Yeah.
mean, for real. So the variables are a little different. So it's hard to kind of like teach your children based off of what you were taught as, because times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take the core values of everything as far as what you would want for yourself or not, to try and help you out along the way. Because it's difficult to try and conform to, them thinking that I'm going to be like them when I grow
Yes.
up. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, pops, that's not the way that's not my road out. You know what I'm saying? Your road was your road. Some of them didn't have cars. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
got one and I can
Right.
get across town. And so opportunities are different for me. So I try to be careful in how I teach my own daughters, and how strict I am or not strict that I am, because they're going to be exposed to things whether I like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to doggone conform. You know what I'm saying? It would
Yes.
be stupid for me to not understand that part of growing up. But it was pretty strict, I will say that. But if it wasn't strict like it was, then I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right. So when you went
So,
to Atlanta, you said you went to Atlanta at 18.
yeah,
So when you got to Atlanta, what did you
get a
do? You
coat.
got a regular job, or what did you do?
No, I moved down here with a boyfriend that I was with.
Okay. There go the
And
boyfriend.
yeah, I couldn't get no regular job. He wasn't having that. You know what I'm saying? He was a little
Mm-hmm.
possessive. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was hard to even, work or having friends or anything like that, because of him just wanting to not, put me in a position where somebody was going to take me away from him, or, just scared. You know how it is. You
Mm-hmm.
got a young girl and it's like, damn, man, everybody gonna be looking at her. Yeah, one day she gonna get tired of my old ass. Yeah, yeah, hey, and the truth did reveal itself. It did happen.
Wow.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, situations are not forever, so
Right.
you can't really hold on to them. Like you saying, like, this is my forever, forever, ever. Okay. How many times? How many times did people think that they was gonna be faithful to one person forever?
Exactly. So let me ask you a question.
Probably not
So
many, right?
you're right. So when did you get the love to be a singer?
The what?
When did you start singing?
When I knew that I could, I guess. And my family is pretty musically.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a technical difficulty. I think somebody called the phone, so hang in there. I think she got to come back on. Her phone got disconnected. It was a live show, and sometimes when people call phones, it messes up the frequency. So we're gonna see if she's gonna call back. It's Tabitha from the famous girl group from back in the day called Kut Klose. She's on the Vibe with Don Vito show, and we're gonna see if she's gonna pull back up. And hopefully she does it momentarily. So I appreciate y'all having patience. And I think that was out of her control right there. So we're gonna give her a couple seconds to see what happens. Yeah, like I said, we had Tabitha from the world famous girl group called Kut Klose from back in the day, R&B sensations. We had her on the line, but for some reason the phone cut off because of a phone call that came in. So we're gonna see if she's gonna come back on momentarily. Hey, Caleb, you still tuning in? See if you can give her a call so we can continue the interview. All right, there go Tabitha. She just pulled back up. I thank y'all for being patient.
Well,
Hey, what happened? Somebody called you?
no, ain't nobody called. It's just, poor connection. That joker was like, no, sir.
Oh, okay.
So I had to, and look at me.
All right. So yeah, I need to see your face a little better. So we were talking about you starting in the music business and stuff like that. So how did it all start? I can't hear you. I can't hear words you're saying. Nah. Check the volume or something like that. Probably because you got it connected to your car.
Hello?
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So what were you saying? When did you start?
Oh, singing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I got upset when they told me that I couldn't be a part of this, the singing group. Like, what? It's supposed to be the Duncans group, and you know what I'm saying? It's enough of us to have a freaking football team, so why I can't be in it? Anyway, they ain't let me sing, but I remember that, and I think that's probably what drove me to even have the inclination, to have the incentive to think that I'm gonna show you one day. Because I sat in that pew and I folded my arms and I was like, "You just wait, I'll show you. You just wait." I had no idea what I was talking about. Probably something I saw on TV. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I spoke that joke into existence, considering where I am in my life right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the first thing that I can remember when it comes down to me singing, and or just letting someone know that I wanted to, and either them saying yes or no.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I was probably around 8 or 9 years old, and from then on, of course, as I grew up, being a part of a family of 15, and my dad was the bishop of the church, and so I was in the choir. Everybody's in the choir. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
two-step, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So my sister was basically the head of the choir, and she would, write some songs for, the choir, and she would never let me lead the songs because she said I sound like a little girl.
Right.
I was like, am I not a little girl? Do you want me to sound like I'm 42? I mean, come on, seriously.
Right.
You want me to sound like it made no sense? So they kind of shunned me in that, position too, and it gave me even more fire. Like, all right, you revving up that doggone motorcycle. That's what they was doing to my whole persona. It was cool.
Right.
Anything that was hard for me or for someone to give me, and I wanted it, I found a way to get it.
Right.
I just didn't know that, how it was going to show itself. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But as time went on in my life, I got the opportunity to finally do a demo when I was in high school, and I was a little bit infatuated with a singer, a gospel singer, and my cousin happened to know him, and I got introduced to him, and it was yeah, that's how I started my first solo thing on actual tape, and I can hear myself back. And then after that, he kind of became my boyfriend, and I was looking for a way out, from being, get off my thing, Zoe. Now you are now. I don't want to hear it. Sorry. So I basically, came to Atlanta after I was dealing with him and just wanting to get up out of the house, and just have, my own rights, my own, choices and decisions of what I wanted to do for myself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I basically was just, forced to be out. And so when I left there and I came here, it was basically personal assistant for Babyface. And music kind of happened from then on. The guy that I was with, he helped me form Kut Klose after a while, after I was there for a little bit. And, I was so alone and so lonely. I needed something that was my own. So I created my group. And I knew I had some talent. And so I wanted to utilize anything for me to, start a life, because I didn't have one.
And I didn't want anybody to tell me, you know, that I had to go back home if I got on your nerves or something happened, according to what you didn't like, which was, I was in that position.
Right.
Because, if he, kind of got, upset about someone doing something or whatever, or me, and then he'll try to send me back home. And so I was like, man, I got to get my own life, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to put me in a position where, you're going to make me go back to the crib, because, nah, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I got fixed the plan to make my own group. TLC basically paved the way for me because they gave me insight on what it could be like to have friends, you know what I'm saying? And they always looked like they had fun, what I
Right.
mean, together. And so I wanted to make that for myself.
Yeah.
And so when I put us together, I kind of like, idolized TLC, in a way
Okay.
because of their togetherness. And and so I wanted that again. I didn't have anybody but him. And I was like, man, I got to.
Mm-hmm. What?
Since then, it's been curtains. Since Cut Closer together,
So let me ask you a
deals came
question.
around.
So TLC was from Atlanta and Kut Klose from Atlanta also. Do you guys
Yes.
ever meet and stuff like that?
Yes. We were in the same circles, obviously, of course, because TLC was a part of LaFace.
Right.
And
Right. And you say
so
you're a
I was
personal
already
assistant
working
over there,
for,
right?
right, me
Right.
and my boyfriend. My boyfriend had the connection with Face because they went to school together in high school.
Right.
So they were already friends, so when he moved down here, he already had known him, for years already,
Right.
And so he formed a production company down here, and basically that's how I got, the demo for Cut Close done. Once I got and found the members.
Yes.
So it was easy to get in because I was around the people. And so I had already, knew Tracy and, of course, Kenny and, Daryl and all those people, the writers and the producers and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
Usher when he was 12 years old, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, I was around way back then. And so, when I finally got my group together, of course, there's a whole bunch of missing pieces in the middle, but when I got my group together, a lot of people wanted to, a few people wanted to sign us, like Warner Brothers wanted to sign us, Ruthless, like Easy, he wanted to sign us,
Mm-hmm.
and Keith wanted to sign us. And so we were trying to make a decision on who we should choose. And I'm like, since Keith is right here, like, you know what I'm saying? You can get more done since
Yeah.
we live here or I live here. So
Uh-huh.
everybody really came to live with me in the house that I was in with, my boyfriend and the production company. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how we put the album together.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it was another girl group that Keith was interested in. And I knew them, obviously. And I persuaded my boyfriend at the time to take my demo, my girl's demo, to to him, so he can just choose for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he chose us, and I was like, sorry, I wasn't, it wasn't personal. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess it was because ain't no such thing as business. I don't even know why people say it's not nothing personal. It's always personal.
Exactly.
Business wise, it don't make sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So personally, it don't make sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know who came up with that dumbass slogan. It's just like saying, morning sickness when you're pregnant. It's all day sickness. Freaking talking about some morning sickness. You know what I mean? Bull crap. It's just another part of the bull. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so we got the deal, and it was curtains for whatever it is that came out in '95, and a whole bunch of rigmarole and.
So what was your relationship? What was your relationship for with Keith Sweat? How was he as somebody to work with?
Keith was a perfectionist. It was cool in the beginning, but Keith had people singing in the booth for like 10 hours, on one freaking line, and then you end up choosing the first line you ever sang. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that whatever he was looking for didn't work, because it did. You know what I mean? So working with him was exhausting. But I understood to some extent of what he, felt like he was looking for, or, just being in a position to, choose to say, okay, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and then, things got a little crazy, as time went on, and then you had to readjust, the way you thought about things, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You play a little schizophrenia, you know what I'm saying? Everybody becomes a schizophrenic, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
it's whichever spirit you choose to feed. You know what I mean? So yeah, there was some times you get on my freaking nerves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And there was, you know, a long period of time where I felt like, you know, I really disliked him as an individual. And I mean, really disliked him. I don't like to say hate, but you know, I
Mm-hmm.
felt like, the rudeness of how he presented himself was detrimental to my belief in humanity and giving people second chances.
Right.
So I mean, but I eventually got over it because I understood the business more and I understood humans more.
Mm-hmm.
For me not to hold him accountable for the things that happened,
Right.
during our time, you know what I mean? So, now what I think of him, I think he's, it's cool, whatever. But, I don't see, working with him in the future like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that, the steps that I've already climbed with him has been enough, and that was the catapult, for
Mm-hmm.
me to continue to go on. It's like, when you teach a baby how to walk, now it's time for him to learn how to doggone clean and wipe his own behind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is another step in another phase, and I don't need that part anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we will always have history because, without him, we wouldn't be, so to speak, where we are as far as who we are right now. I can't
Right.
say that we wouldn't be because we still would be. We just
Right.
wouldn't be with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad, do you see how that jumped down like that?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a learning experience, and then I welcome it. I don't have no regrets, none,
Right. So
none whatsoever.
how did you and the girls meet? The other girls in the group.
Well, I lived in Indianapolis, Indiana before I moved here.
Right.
And so there were some people that we knew in Indiana. After I told them that I was looking for some members for a group, some girls for a group, then everybody started to, say, hey, I got this person up here. Hey, I got this person up here. So Athena's uncle we knew in Indianapolis, and he said that she could sing. And so he gave us her demo tape. And I listened to it, and I was like, shit, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And so she came down and auditioned. I was like, yo, it's already a done deal. I already heard her anyway. So, and she looks, like me, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? The same kind of energy, you know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
same kind of just, look, period. And it was just really a destined situation.
Right.
And so there was another girl before LaVon came in the group, but she was taller, and she just didn't fit our vibe at all. And so we tried, to work with her, but her vocals was not what's up. No, sir. And her look was, she just didn't fit. So
Right.
we had to get rid of her, And then LaVon called looking to be in the other group that Keith was going to sign, the other girl group, right?
Uh-huh.
But the other girl group didn't get signed. So we were but anyway, so we were like, they don't need any more members, but I was looking for one more member. And so her manager or her, friend told her at the time, and so she was like, all right. So she came to Atlanta to meet me and Athena. And when I met her, I was like, how in the world is this possible, man? Like, she looks like us too.
Mm.
I mean, she looks like my family, like my family more than I look like my family.
Right.
Well, one of the aunties that they said that I look like, I'm like, she looks like Aunt Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
And she sang, and we needed a soprano, and she was a soprano. And when we sang together, it was like Christmas bells, man. It was just supposed to be. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Jingle bells down the street, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So that was a destined situation. We already knew, and the heights was right. I'm the tallest. I'm not really that tall, but everybody's height is like within 2.5 inches from each other.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, our names in the alphabet is B, C, D, you know what I'm saying? And our ages is like 3 years apart between all of us, And so everything kind of like, was supposed to be. There's no such thing as coincidence. I don't believe in that word. It's just a way to say I don't freaking know what the hell I'm talking about.
Right. So when you dropped your first single, how'd you feel when you heard it on the radio?
Oh man, of course it was exciting, but when you hear, you're like, oh my God, this was up. But then it's not like you get taken away on a chariot or something. It's not like okay. So it was good to hear, and I appreciated, that it was the radio. I was like, oh my God, that's us. And so I remember what feeling I was looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know what I was looking for, the feeling, but it was just like, man, that's us. That's us. And then
Mm.
it passed, and then I was like, yo, that was us on the radio, y'all. And so we were having a little high for a minute. We was all, happy and stuff, and people was calling us, and so that was the beginning of the beginning.
Right. Right.
And at the time, we were actually getting our hair done. And when we came back to Keith's house to show my hair, boy, I tell you, it looked like if somebody did all kinds of stuff. Do you hear me? It was a hot mess. And I had color in my hair, so they tried to put my hair back, black or whatever, because it was like honey blonde or something and black. Man, I went
Mm-hmm.
back, and they turned my hair green. My hair was green.
What?
My hair was green. The parts that was dyed, it was green. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Did you know what you were doing? I mean, and then Athena's hair looked like somebody just put her in a steamer after they curled her, and it was just boof. And then they cut LaVon's hair off, and her hair was long, so
Wow.
they cut her hair off, and she cried, and so they gave her braids.
Wow.
So that's what was happening when we first heard our first doggone "Get Up On It" was what we heard on the
Wow.
radio. Boy, it was a mixed feeling, like hurt so good. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
disaster, beautiful disaster or something like that.
So moving around the town of Atlanta, everybody was like, want y'all autograph, or was like, that's them, or we heard your
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Popularity
mean,
group.
when we go to the mall and stuff like that, people would, recognize us, and that was, a little weird, a little different. So I started buying hats, you know what I'm saying? It was like this,
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
you just don't want to be, you know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
stop all the time.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And so, I mean, you can't get done what you need to get done. So it was a little bit of, how you kind of, live your life was a little switching up, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but you got used to it, and then you appreciated it too. So it was pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
but annoying at the same time.
Right.
And I say that because some people just don't know when to just no.
Right.
Because we've had people hide in our dressing rooms, you know what I'm saying? They could come in up to the hotel rooms, and I'm like, yo, man, this is like not tight. You know what I'm saying? So it was bittersweet, but I can't really say that it was terrible overall. I would never say that, but it was moments where it was like, yeah, we might have to readjust a few things just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but it was fun. I'm not gonna front. It was fun to even just be able to be some kind of Sherlock Holmes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So who was some of the producers y'all worked with on your album? You remember?
With Keith being who he is, he had. Now look at me. I'm gonna hold it right here. With Keith being who he is, he basically had his own little circle of people that he worked with that he could probably, you know what I'm saying, get in their pockets with. You know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got certain people underneath your roster. So we didn't go really far out of, his circle. But we worked with Eric McCain. He was in that one group called In Touch from New York, I think it was,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, he did Twisted with us and Surrender and Lovely Thing and Keep On. And we worked with a kid named Jerry Flowers. He did a lot of stuff with Keith. And we worked with HOP, which was my boyfriend's production company at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Fitzgerald Scott, but he passed away. He, he wrote Nobody and Get Up On It,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of other stuff. And so when we did our first album, and got finished with that, a lot of crazy things happened. Okay, girls, a lot of crazy things happened to the point where we didn't really get a chance to, totally get into our second album. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, when that came around, we were working with the Neptunes.
Okay.
Pharrell them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we did a song with Missy. It was a song called Who the Hell is Sabrina? That's too funny. And it just never came out because people, got a little crazy. Management started getting real funky, you know what I'm saying? And the direction started going, crazy, and it just didn't pan out. And then, Keith and Sylvia, I don't think they were getting along. And so basically what ended up happening was, Kia basically, they tried to replace two of us in the group and make a whole
Mm.
new group. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, they tried to do it, man. But how you gonna take the original person, man? I'm the creator of Cut Close and think that you're gonna do good.
That's crazy.
That's not gonna happen. Not in this world, because the energy that I put out is too much positivity for you to block me. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
And so obviously it didn't transpire. You know, it didn't do what it was supposed to do, what they wanted it to do. You
Uh-huh.
know, so I mean, you know, the
So you
second
got
album just, you
separated?
know, yeah, we did for a minute, and so it took, you know, a little bit of soul searching. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? To just be okay with everything that happened in the way that it happened, even though a lot of that stuff was so doggone. If you was really a gangster dude, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, hey, say hello to my little friend. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
what you did. It puts you in that vein because it kind of, you know, strips you of your livelihood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And then, you know, when you are an artist that's in this world and you've basically have been put in the situation, and then people look at you a certain way, to go back into, you know, society, you know, in the way that normalizes you, and people looking at you like you a failure, so to speak, or,
Mm.
you know, want to know what the heck is going on, doesn't really do much for your morale.
Right, I got
You
you.
know what I mean? And so a lot of us don't like to get, you know, 9 to 5 jobs because it's embarrassing.
Right.
You know, it's embarrassing because people expect certain things from us, you know, and it's not always, you know, peaches and cream and freaking doggone diamonds and pearls. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
first
saying?
you're on television, now you're working a 9 to 5.
Right. And so, you know, you got to figure out a way to make it happen. And then, you know, when you're in this business for, you know, people find it, you know, funny to freaking take your life away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can
Mm-hmm.
have you hemmed up in these contracts for a long time, like it's funny. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm just gonna hold you up and hold you. What? Like, you seriously, yo? Like, this is not a game, yo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is like people's lives for real. And so if you don't get a hold of it, it'll be so many years that pass by that you won't be doing nothing,
Mm-hmm.
because you'll be getting your mental back to try and figure out what the hell are you gonna do if you
Right.
still tied in the contract, or if all the publishing that, you know, you've been writing your songs, but it's like, damn, you ain't getting paid from it. So
Mm.
it's like, what do? Do
Right.
you sue people? You know? And so, you know, after, you know, I finally got my publishing from Keith, you know, the manager that I had stole it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, you know, and then to have, you know, being freaking doggone court and stuff with lawyers, and, you know, come on, man, who's got a freaking doggone never ending box of money coming out? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To
Yeah,
try and, you know,
lawyers
pay
cost,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so you kind of let things go because you don't have a choice. Otherwise, it'll break you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally and mentally and spiritually. It'll jack you up.
Yeah.
And you know, it kind of puts you down in a deep depression in a lot of different ways. And people really, you know, they hold on to your life and don't let you out of a contract for
Yes.
years because they're
Yeah.
being freaking assholes, or because they think it's, you know what I'm saying? What are you kind of like mess with a person's mental intellect to, you're like, you gonna like really do me like that? You know what I mean?
I don't know why people be doing that too, man.
I mean, I think it's rude and it's
Yeah, it
selfish and
is.
it's disrespectful.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
I mean, to think about it in that way, it makes me feel crazy when somebody come at me talking about some sign a freaking doggone record contract. I'm like, what? And I almost make me want to beat your ass just for saying that to me. Say it again. Say
Yeah.
it again. I turned it to Samuel Jackson. Say it again. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, you know, and it's not really about the record deal. It's about the people and the intentions and how things, you know, are. But I do understand that when you are in a position like, you know, an artist, so to speak, and you are out there, you know, in the atmosphere and in, you know, the spotlight or whatever, you don't get there by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so I understand there should be a way that you should be able to, you know, pay people for doing certain things. And if it comes from, you know, whatever, however you make money, then that's just how it was. And that's what record companies do. But record companies basically say, I'm going to give you 5% while I take 95% though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They
Yeah.
don't do you fair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't do you fair and let you eat. You know, the artist is the most starving person unless you wrote. If
Mm-hmm.
you ain't write nothing on your album, man,
Yeah.
you're gonna be out there like, nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. I still got it. You know what I'm saying? No, sir.
Oh man.
No, sir. You know what I mean? So you just have to, I don't know, life throws you all kinds of bombs that you got to dodge and, become Carl Lewis, Jackie Joyner, everybody, Harriet Tubman. You got to become everybody in here, all kinds of hats. I'll be like this, picking up different bags, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and so it is, and then now throughout all of those years, I had to go back and get a job. You know what I'm saying? I had to get to a point where I was like, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to eat. No one's there. And I definitely ain't looking for no dude to do it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of chicks sometimes feel like, okay, let me go find a man to take care of. I can't even do it like that, homie. I would never put myself in a state of subjection to think that I have to do that and lower myself just to eat something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I got to get what I got to. You know what I mean? And so, and I do what I do, and to make it happen. And so you figure out a way and you finagle yourself. And there are downsides to that. I'm not going to lie, with a woman gaining independence, boy, everything started to jack up. Once we gained independence, everything was like, come on. It was like changing. You remember that one movie, what was it called? Interception or something? Inception?
Mm-hmm.
And every time, they changed and then, the way they think, that's how it is when a woman started to gain their independence. Because it kind of messed up, jumbled the family up a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Daddy ain't making the most ends, you know what I'm saying? Some of the respect level of a man kind of go down a little bit because then she's like, you ain't all kinds of arguments can come all kinds of ways. Like,
yeah,
it does happen, right?
Yeah.
And obviously it has, and it does. It restructures everything. Like these cell phones is restructuring our metabolic system and body structure. Even whether we know it or not, it is a true fact. You know what I'm saying? Sound waves do the same thing. If you allow it to, penetrate your ear too much, it'll start to change your molecular structure. It's amazing how music is, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So when we get to a point where we use music as weapons, then Houston, we have a problem. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. Did y'all ever think about having a reunion?
Who?
You and the girls.
What, man? We ain't not broke up. We still together. We still do shows.
Okay.
I'm never going to ever remove myself from Kut Klose. Ever. That will never happen. No one can make me do that.
Sounds
you feel
good.
me?
Yes.
If anybody will ever forever have our back, it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to allow the conformities of what happens in life to deter what I feel like my purpose is with these girls that God has given me. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever it is that we're faced with, we can get through it. Because I ain't planning on boning nobody's man or killing nobody's family member. You know what I'm saying? Because those things is like a no sir. That's like, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we have a single dropping on the 18th of this month, which is Friday.
Oh, good.
And so it's really a song. It's called Congratulations. And it's a song about togetherness, really. It's trying to get people together. But of course, we got that, that R&B that people are used to having. And I'm not going to ever put myself in a position where I only cater to one situation. I got too much going on with myself to ever put myself in a barrel. I will never do that again, ever. Even with Kut Klose, you know what I'm saying? Kut Klose kind of held me down a little bit for being able to be who I am completely. And if there is, different streets that I want to turn down, I'm turning. You know what I'm saying? This is my life. And I want to paint the picture the way that I want to paint it. And God has given me many gifts. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just to sing for Kut Klose. It's to be a beacon of hope and light for, the young generation, for a woman, for, just basic, positivity. That's what I feel, and I think there's positivity and even in negativity. You can find it all. You know what I'm saying? So I try to live that part and give people a piece of that, even though there are some negative things in life. No matter how they come, so what? It's really all a blessing because it gives us a chance to kind of, you slip on the ground and it gives us a chance to get our foot, get our bearings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you be like, hold on, you better listen a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's different ways that it gives you presence. And
Yep.
if you look at it better, then your life will be better and your thought process will be better.
Yes.
And you kind of really don't have a choice anyway. So what you want to do? You want to choose the negative and be on that side and just, be the person that's under? If you don't get over it, you're going to get under it. So do you want something just blotting out the sun forever? Not me.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I'm not going to keep myself in one situation. It's too much of me that I need to spread.
Exactly. You don't want me boxed into nothing.
No, I'll never do that again, ever. So I have to do stuff, solo wise, because there's another part of me that needs to be talked about, or another part of me that needs to be felt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really about two other chicks. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to really even, keep three people together to be able to run right. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's like, all right, you got time? Nope, I don't got time today. You got time? No, maybe do not. No. And so it's like hurry up and wait. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And time is of the essence. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I'm not waiting. You know what I mean? That's just like me waiting for a six-pack and I ain't never going to the gym.
It ain't gonna happen.
No, sir.
Absolutely.
And it ain't gonna happen
not.
if you don't change your eating habits either, because abs is made in the kitchen. It ain't made in the doggone gym.
Exactly.
Gym just helps it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
We all have abs. Some just have more developed abs than others. They made the kitchen.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Meet my man Cal Dawson? How'd y'all link up?
What happened?
How'd you link up with? How'd you meet Cal Dawson?
Oh, well, Cal, we met through a mutual friend. His name is Kennedy Rose. He's a pretty cool guy, always want the best for people and will hook you up with people that he thinks that, will mesh well together. And so he's always trying to look out for me. And he came to this one function that I went to over at Backstage, which is my my old manager's. He has a little joint over there where, people go and sing. And, it's a little eating place too, in College Park off of Gabi Road. And, he has a lot of the things over there. So I went to go, show my support with my homegirl, Missy. And I took him, he was there, and I kind of forgot what he looked like. I was like, damn, he looked familiar. And I took a picture with him, and then he texted me and said, send me the picture we just took. And I was like, what? And I was like, you little motherfucker, you know good one. Anyway, so he put my picture up on, on his Facebook or whatever, and he told Cal about me, and Cal was like, yo, what's she doing now? And blah, 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 blah. And so he gave me his number or his IG or whatever. We connected through IG, and, I hit him up one day and he hit me back. And after he reached out to me, I was like, yo, man, I didn't even see the messages. Sometimes I be doing so much stuff, man. Looking at IG is just like the last thing on the list sometimes, And so that's how we hooked up, and, seems to be a pretty cool fit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So you said that y'all got a single coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's the date again?
December 18th. That's in 3 days.
Mm-hmm. It's like a ballad or up tempo type of situation.
It's a mid tempo. It's not a ballad, and it's really a song to congratulate people for whatever it is that they need congratulations in life. And it's it's really for paying homage to every woman that has been successful in life and in anything. If you woke up today, you're successful. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really a cry for togetherness. You know what I mean? Because once we are able to mold ourselves together and form a solid unit, at least try to. It still changes stuff when there's even a few people, you know what I mean?
Right.
Together. That's what creates crowds. So you just got to keep adding them, And we need some positivity, man, because there's a lot of doggone darkness going on. Whether people are affected, whether they think they're affected by it or not, you don't have a choice but to be affected by it.
Yes.
We are
You're
all
affected in some shape, form, or fashion, whether you admit it or not.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could be, be someone's personality. Be like, man, you won't, because someone's pissed off about something else. So they're pissed off about that maybe didn't affect you, but affected them. And now it's affecting you because they're basically putting their emotion on you. Yeah. And so people don't look at it like that, but it's still true. because it'll jack you up. You'll be like, yo, what's your problem? You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, it does have a lot to do with the energy and how it does affect us when people talk to us. You know, because we all have to coincide with each other, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's in a freaking doggone McDonald's line or a freaking Kroger's, or even on the street, road rage. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah.
I got road rage. I was like, yo, you don't get out of my I mean, I'm getting so upset. I'm like, oh, Atlanta, man, it's always something, man. People do not know how to drive here. Oh my God, it's awful. But yeah, so I mean, I think it's important to, you know, be a beacon of light in that sense. And so that's what I hope to do. Right. And then as soon as, you know, we get that, and then we drop that, you know, that R&B that everybody want. But in the meantime, you know, Kut Klose, you know, they walk too slow. You know, when you're in groups and stuff, people walk too slow because all walks of life and people's, you know, lives happen. And then he's like, well, I can't do this. Well, I can do this. Well, yeah, I just don't have time for that. Right. And so I've been sitting down for 15 years.
Yeah. Time to get up and make it happen.
Man, I'm wasting away. What the heck? I actually waited, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you actually doing something good because you're in the gym and you're keeping that body right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you staying motivated.
Right.
In the workout, your mind got to be focused to work out. So you definitely focus.
Yes, and that's why I am where I am. Because I've been working out for 2 years now, okay? Going on 3 years. And it has done so much for the discipline as far as the direction and where I need to go and how I need to get here. And even when it comes down to who I should deal with and who I shouldn't deal with. Because it's like, I don't have the wherewithal to deal with people's foolishness because they're lacking in their intelligence level with understanding what they need to do.
Right.
And I'd be like, well, you're not there to help me right here. So I got to be smart enough to be like, all right, let's just, you know, let's keep it moving, yo. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so that's what I continue to learn because every building, you know, when I think about a Lego block, you know, every block you build is other people that you meet. You know what I'm saying? Other connections, other situations, other things that's going on, you know? Because some people, ain't nobody there to be there forever. Ain't nobody there to be there for, you know, the rest of your life like that. I mean, my kids haven't even been here my entire life. Right. And they're my children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true.
So it's like, I mean, don't ever look somewhere and expect someone to be there forever. And the people that do that, they conform themselves to kind of like missing out on a lot of other things, I think, in life. You know what I mean? Because they think that it's the loyalty part. And it's not really the loyalty part. It's the loyalty to yourself and understanding what you need. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
We got a lot. You know, it's not, I think my parents, you know, of course, you know, thank you, Lord, for them. You know what I'm saying? But my parents are still together for 58, 59 years, something like that now.
Wow. Man.
And I'm like, Mom, you had only one penis? Like, one? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mom's a thoroughbred, huh?
I mean, hey, she got 15, but I'm just saying you had one penis, Mom. I mean, man, yo, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And, you know, I love my daddy, but it wouldn't have been him. I would be like, okay. What's up, Bob? You know? But, you know, I mean,
man.
not to say be a hoe or whatever, but come on, man.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to just eat apples when there's oranges over there. I mean, you want to try oranges and lemons and pears. You know, don't be no hoe, but, you know, be selective and be smart. Just how about that part? You know what I'm saying? Be selective and be smart. And find somebody that is on your energy level because once you consummate, man, you know, you become soulmates, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
There's more than just one soulmate. There's not just one soulmate. You know what I'm saying? But people seem to think, no, it's just her. I'm like, okay, you just got the other one in the closet, don't you? You waiting to put them on? You know what I'm saying? You gonna change jackets when you go outside? You know what I'm saying? When you go to the grocery store, you gonna change jackets, man?
When you get in the car,
on the phone, be like, yo, Cindy, what you doing, man? Yeah, She don't know about Cindy though, do she? But I don't know. Or Jack, shoot, for that matter. I mean, you know, we all have thoughts. You know what I mean? I mean, you just got to be honest with it. Like, come on, man. We got to listen to that Stevie Wonder song. Skeletons in your closet.
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
You know what I'm saying? Them jokers like,
They come out sooner or later, right?
hey, them jokers is on the way.
Exactly.
On the way to making all that noise. You're like, man, here's something, man. What's that?
Exactly.
It'd be like Jumanji. You know how Jumanji got, you know, the more and more it got.
Uh-huh. Hey, Tab, so if people want to communicate with you, what's the best way to communicate with
The way you are. No, I'm just kidding.
you?
Instagram, that's, you know, I don't have a lot of Instagram pages, man. You know, I was on that wrong Instagram page, man. Don, for real. I mean, come on. Why didn't you tell me
Hey,
Bobby was
Tab, I'm
Don
working,
Vito?
baby. I'm working. What you want me to
I
do?
mean, I'm saying, though, like, when you was like, you know, I was only your friend on the other page. I wasn't even your friend on this one.
Oh, yeah, we had the wrong one. You got to
Well,
talk to Cal about that.
I
Hey,
mean, for real,
Cal.
though. Cal, I'm gonna get you too. Cause I mean, I'm on friends on the other 2 IG pages. I didn't even know this one existed, yo.
Yeah, this is the
And
show
I guess
page.
that's probably my fault too. Because I mean, I should have read the flyer more. I just
Yeah,
like
right. The
Facebook.
flyer, yeah, it said that, yeah. But you know what, though? God is good because we still came through.
Yeah, we did.
You know, you've been in show business just as long as I have. You know, it don't always work like clockwork. And you work with 2 other people. You know it can go here and there, but when you keep that faith gets you through everything.
I mean, hands down, dude. And look where we are and look where I am. And you looking at me and I'm looking at you.
Exactly.
We looking at we.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see what your fitness game's about soon too.
I mean, come on, man.
Now, if I looked on your page, you look like you're doing some good things though.
Yeah, you know, I got a little something, you know what I'm saying? You know,
yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good. I give you that.
All right, you know what I'm saying?
Now, you're more than all right. You're looking good. You're a
Thank
beautiful
you,
black woman, successful, got a mind right, keeping her body right.
To.
You know, a good mother, all of that, all the qualities that we need out here, you know?
I'm trying, Vito. I'm trying, man.
Yeah.
I have a lot of growth to do, but, you know, I'm definitely one willing to always be better. You know what I mean? I ain't going to never shut nothing down and think that I know it all, because I certainly don't. Even though I talk like I do. I mean,
that's all right, though. Everything that you went through made you the woman you are today.
Yeah, that is a true fact. And I have no regrets.
There it is there.
But, you know, I'm on Facebook, too, as Tabitha Duncan. I guess I'm going to have to get up a workout page, you know. But I just like, when you have so many pages, man, it's like people don't like going a whole bunch of places. Yeah. So I be like putting it in one, like, you know, combine it. Like, it's just too much. It be getting on my nerves. I can only imagine it getting on somebody else's nerves. So, I mean, that's why I put everything on one thing. If you want to see, then this is my whole me. This is all there. Right here.
Everybody got their own style, you know?
Yeah, they do. But, you know, like, I almost lost you if I ain't find this page. Yeah. I was like, dang, man.
I was like, yo, I just talked to her. Where's she at?
I know, and I was on. Yo, I was on at 3:01 down.
Yeah.
On the other page, I was like, he must have. And I was going to call Cal and say, yo, maybe I don't know. Maybe he's sitting on the throne too long or something.
But you know what? Me and Cal was on this page early.
Dang,
I'm like, what's Tabitha?
And then Cal called me. I was like, maybe he called me to let me know that he's running late. And he was like, yo, where you? I'm like, what? Oh, man, I was so upset.
Nah, I was definitely looking forward to having you on the show, you know?
Yeah, man, I've been talking about it, so, you know, I didn't even tag the wrong name.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm ripping real hard.
Once we finish this and I send it to my team and they fix it up, I'm going to send you the edited version, then you can put it up and people can appreciate it.
All right, that's
We're going to leave some things in, cut some things out, make it nice and clean, you know?
Okay.
Right, Tap. But I want to talk to you later on about that fitness thing. I'll be in touch.
All right.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate the love.
I see you got your kids. You moving around and all that.
I am.
You know,
they're gymnastics.
Take some time to Don Vito. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. You know, I wanted to stick it in, regardless if I was doing anything. This is just a part of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Organic. Yeah, that's how I like it. All natural. That's right.
Super mom. You know, trying to be. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know. But hey.
Yes. So listen. Thank you for coming to the show.
I thank you.
Right. You have a wonderful day. You and your daughters.
All right. I appreciate it.
Well, all right.
My daughter's friend, but yeah, for real.
Nope. Remember, health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
And I'll speak to you soon. Have a good day.
All right. You too.
Thank you, Tad.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.